Welcome to Hyperfixation Investigations, the podcast where two neurospicy best friends take time each and every other Saturday to info-dump their research deep dive of the week.
Lovingly produced and copyrighted by Wolf and Stag Productions.
Today's fun fact is, owning a squirrel as a pet is legal in 19 U.S. states. And in 3 of those states, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Montana, it is legal to own flying squirrels.
Good evening, I'm Kara, and I will be captaining this week's episode, Squirrels. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a squirrel? Part 1 of our mini-series, Animals, Our Favorite Neighbors.
Good morning, I'm Josh, and I'm just along for the ride. For those of you joining us for the first time, how things work here is Kara will be leading us through a mini-lecture on the topic, and we'll be asking questions and discussing throughout the episode.
Expect tangents throughout. We switch off duties each episode, so next time, expect Josh to be our fearless leader.
Now to our regularly scheduled program. Kara, what have you been hyperfixating on this week?
Well, Josh, given the, shall we say, intensity of the last few weeks, I wanted to focus on something a little bit lighter for this week's episode. So today, we'll be talking about squirrels!
Squirrels!
Throughout this episode, I'll get into various types of tree squirrels, specifically those found in Illinois, their habitats and benefits to the environment, and some examples of when and how they show up in mythology and media.
Mythology?
Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Like spiritualities and stuff like that.
Okay.
There are going to be loads of cute pictures on the blog for this episode. So let's start off with squirrel types. Tree squirrels are in the same classification family of Sciuridae, small and medium-sized rodents, and share the order Rodentia with ground squirrels, mice, rats, voles, muskrat, beaver, plains pocket gophers, and southern bog lemmings.
Southern bog lemmings.
Yep. Tree squirrels are solitary, but are not territorial, which is why you may see many of them at once, especially if there's a good food supply, like my backyard.
What? We never see
What?
like a dozen squirrels at once
No.
fighting over the birdseed.
No, it's fine.
No.
My mom became a birder, and then she became, by accident, a squirreler as well.
A squirreler?
Yeah.
Fair. Well, putting out that much birdseed will attract the squirrels, inevitably. And
Well,
it's not like they
and we
weren't
put out
already
nuts,
around.
And we put out corn, so... Anyway, tree squirrels are omnivores, so they eat plants and animals. They often eat nuts, acorns, berries, flowers, seeds, corn, bark, eggs, and sometimes baby birds.
Eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Young squirrels often stay with their mother until the next litter is born, and they prefer to nest in tree cavities, but will build nests of leaves if those cavities are not available. There are 4 main species of tree squirrels in Illinois. They are considered mammals and classified with long bushy tails, prominent ears, and long hind feet. They do not hibernate, but you may have noticed a little bit less activity during the cold weather. I think we all understand what that's like.
Fair.
So, the 4 types are the fox squirrel, the eastern gray squirrel, the red squirrel, and the southern flying squirrel. So we're going to get into a little bit of detail on each one of those.
I would have assumed the fox squirrel would be the actual name of the red squirrel.
Nope.
From its name. Interesting.
Yeah. The fox squirrel, whose Latin name is Sciurus niger, it's the largest tree squirrel in Illinois, often weighing anywhere between 1 3/4 to 2 pounds.
Whoa.
And are 19.5 to 22 inches long.
Whoa.
They are the squirrels that we typically think of when we think of like brown squirrels in Illinois. They're the mix of rusty yellow fur with black, which often makes them look red or brown from far away.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Their ears, belly, and the edge of their tails are often much lighter in color. And they are, again, the biggest. So if you see a big brown squirrel, it's a fox squirrel.
The chonkers.
Yes.
Nice.
They are diurnal, which means they are active during the day. And they start breeding when they're about 2 years old. And they typically have 2 litters per year of 2 to 4 young. So they have a breeding season in winter, January or February, and another one in spring or summer, depending. So sometimes in March, sometimes July. Then we have the eastern gray squirrel, Sciurus carolinensis. It comes in at 1 1/4 pounds and about 17 to 18.5 inches long. And they are gray, hence the name.
Fair.
They typically have a darker gray fur on their back and then white or light gray fur on their bellies.
Oh.
And there are 3 variants apart from the traditional just gray coloring that can be found in Illinois, which are melanistic, which are black squirrels. So if you ever see black squirrels in and around the Midwest, they are just gray squirrels that are melanistic.
Interesting. Okay, fair.
Leucistic, which is white, and then albinistic, which is albino. So those are two different things. One is just a fur color mutation. The other is like the eyes and the
Okay, sure.
more of a genetic change.
Right. It's actual albinism, not just,
Right.
they're a little whiter.
Correct.
Fair.
They are also diurnal, and they are similar to the fox squirrel in their breeding of 2 litters a year and winter versus spring and all of that.
Okay.
The next in size, going down in order, is the red squirrel.
Oh, we're getting smaller and cuter with it.
Yes,
Nice.
we are. Which is the Tamiascurus hudsonicus.
Hudsonicus?
Uh-huh.
Cute.
Which is 2/5 of a pound and just around a foot long. They have reddish and grayish fur on their back and white on the belly. And they are the ones that develop ear tufts in the winter.
Oh.
Yes.
That's so cute.
They are so cute. They're also diurnal, and they typically only have 1 litter unless they're in an area of habitat that is significantly warmer on a consistent basis, in which case they may have 2.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they like it warmer, but...
Yeah.
So probably only 1 litter a year in Illinois.
Most likely, yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the final tree squirrel in Illinois is the southern flying squirrel, which is the Glaucomus volans.
I love flying squirrels.
They are so cute. They are the smallest tree squirrel. They come in at 2 ounces and between 8.5 and 9.5 inches.
Oh.
Their fur can be glossy gray to a cinnamon brown color on the back and white on their bellies. And they have really big eyes and a flat tail. They also have folds of skin on either side of their body from the wrist to the ankles, which is what gives them their gliding ability, hence the name flying squirrel.
Oh, right. Flying squirrel.
Yes.
I kind of forgot we were talking about flying squirrel. I got too caught up in they're so small and cute.
They're so small and cute. Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
And they are nocturnal, which is part of the reason why they have the really big eyes.
Oh, of course.
And they can have litters typically, I think, once a year, but they have up to 7 young per litter instead of 2 or 4.
Oh, wow.
And then for all of these squirrels in general, their litters are weaned around 6 to 8 weeks of age and are fully independent between 10 and 12 weeks.
Okay.
So let's do some fun facts.
Fun fact.
Fun facts! You may have seen squirrels chew on things. And this is because, similar to beavers, their front teeth are always growing and they must file them to stop them from growing into their lower jaw. So if you see them, a bunch of teeth marks on, for example, our deck railing, that's why. They can also be hilarious to watch. One such behavior is when they rub their faces on acorns, which is them scent marking the acorns to make them easier to find after they bury them.
They're not... Okay, that's fair. Because it kind of does look like they're just
Hugging them. It's
cuddling
so cute.
and hugging excitedly.
It's so cute. And they're also known for being very playful in how they chase each other. And whereas this can sometimes be territorial to move animals away from their food, other squirrels in particular, it's more often a mating behavior.
Fair.
Yeah. Another little fun thing they do is they talk. So they chirp and flick their tails incredibly quickly over their heads. And when you see them do that, they are telling you or your dog or a predator to back off, and they'll chirp at each other and, all these different kinds of things, and it's very cute. But if you hear a squirrel, they're probably yelling at you. The eastern gray squirrel, which we talked about before, is North Carolina's official state mammal.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Which is also why I think Carolina is in its Latin scientific name.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. A brief aside, we're going to talk about 3 cool giant tree squirrel species very briefly. So there's a grizzled giant squirrel.
Grizzled?
Found in Sri Lanka. It's the national animal of Sri Lanka. It's also found in India's Western Ghats, and it's tree dwelling.
Ooh.
Then we have the giant red flying squirrel, which is a nocturnal gliding species in Southeast Asia, recorded to have soared up to 75 meters or 250 feet in one glide.
Hey, that's some distance.
Yeah. The final one we'll talk about briefly is just the Malabar giant squirrel, which is almost a meter or 3 feet long.
Oh my
It weighs
gods.
2 kilograms or 4 pounds, and it can jump 5 to 6 meters, which is 16 to 20 feet in one leap.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, did you say how big the first 2 were?
The giant red flying squirrel, no.
Okay. Okay.
Where I found this stuff did not have their sizes.
Gotcha.
I'm sure I
gotcha.
could go look for you if you'd like, but
Okay. How big did you say the last one was?
it's about 1 meter long.
A meter.
3 feet, yeah.
Yeah, that's
4
huge.
pounds. Yeah.
They
look more like primates, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. They look like tree lemurs or things like that. They don't really look like squirrels anymore.
My God. I love that.
Yeah. Squirrel Appreciation Day just passed. It was on January 21st.
Oh.
And it was created to acknowledge the roles of squirrels in nature and to encourage people to put out nuts, seeds, or fruit for them during the colder winter months when it's harder for them to find food.
I love learning about these national days and why they were invented, except that no one ever talks about them.
Yeah.
So
And somehow you always end up finding out about them 2 weeks after they happen.
Yep.
Squirrels can eat their own body weight every week, which is roughly 1.5 to 2 pounds, depending on their species.
Sure.
And there are over 200 squirrel species worldwide that range from tree squirrels to ground squirrels, flying squirrels, marmots, and chipmunks.
Oh, I forget marmots are in the squirrel
Yes.
family. Marmots are pretty cute.
They are pretty cute. So that's our little sum up of the 4 different tree squirrels. We're going to get in now more specifically to habitat and ecology around squirrels. And we're still going to focus on our 4 that we find here in Illinois.
Sure. Because, again, as you said, over 200 species.
Right.
Globally, that's a lot.
A lot of squirrels.
Right.
So, fox squirrel, very common throughout Illinois, even in urban areas. And they do nest in trees, but they will spend time on the ground pretty significantly searching for food. So
Sure.
if you have bird seed feeders that fall with a lot of, like, the birds throw the seed out of the feeders and onto the ground, which happens all the time, you'll see more than the eastern gray squirrel, you'll see the fox squirrel there. The eastern gray squirrels tend to remain in the trees more. They're considered a slightly more skittish species. They will not go on the ground as much. You will still see them on the ground, but it's not
It's
not
less of their
preferred.
MO.
Right. And the eastern gray squirrel has experienced habitat loss, which has decreased its numbers, but they are still very common throughout the state and in urban areas, which I point that out for the fox and eastern gray squirrel because we're going to get into a little something about that in a bit.
Ooh, okay.
Black squirrels, which are the melanated gray squirrels, are often found along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, making up about 10% of the population of squirrels there.
Nice.
But in 2018, one was photographed in Will County at the McKinley Woods Fredericks Grove Preserve in Channahon.
Ooh.
The only one ever seen there in like 25 years of rangers taking pictures of squirrels and stuff there.
Oh, damn.
And they have no idea how it got there or if it was just a random mutation of their normal gray squirrels.
Sure.
But that's kind of outside of the realm where the black squirrels typically go in Illinois.
Interesting.
The red squirrels are found in the northeastern part of Illinois, often around the Kankakee and Iroquois rivers. They also, like the fox squirrel, will spend a fair amount of time on the ground searching for food.
Sure.
And the southern flying squirrel, you might guess, is found often in southern Illinois, but it is found throughout the entire state.
Really?
And, yep.
I would have guessed the eastern side of the state.
Weird.
Well.
I actually saw one maybe a month ago.
Oh.
And if you ever hear a sound at night from your trees that sounds like a squeaky door, like a screen door, that's probably a southern flying
A
squirrel.
squeaky screen door?
Yeah. There was an owl hunting in and around our backyard about a month ago. And Mom and I heard that sound and we went over and looked and we had the lights on our back porch, which is where all of our trees are that we feed the squirrels and the birds from. I ended up being able to sneak a couple of pictures because we were like, what is that? And when we finally looked at the pictures, we could see that it was one of the flying squirrels.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really cute.
So after this, I'm going to have to go look up YouTube videos of what flying squirrels sound like so I can hear for myself because that's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, they're adorable. I love them so much.
Oh my God.
And apart from being nocturnal, they're the ones that are most often found in trees. You're not going to see them on the ground as much. Obviously, they have adapted with their gliding capabilities to stay in the trees as much as possible.
Right. And if they hit the ground, it's because they couldn't find a tree to land in.
Right.
That's fair.
So that point about gray and fox squirrels being in urban areas, and I don't mean suburban areas like the western suburbs of Chicago and people's backyards. I mean like city proper.
Right.
There's an article and video from WTTW, their urban nature series called The Great Squirrel Mystery of Chicago by Sean Keenahan. And they essentially go into the fact that fox and gray squirrels do not live in the same areas in the Chicago metropolitan area. The gray squirrels typically reside in wealthier neighborhoods, and fox squirrels prefer less affluent areas.
Oh no, the squirrels are classist.
This phenomenon has been studied by University of Illinois at Chicago professor Joel Brown, who is an evolutionary behavior ecologist. And he started studying it in 1997, which is when he also co-founded Project Squirrel. And Project Squirrel tracks online data submitted by citizen scientists about fox and gray squirrels. So collecting all this data, what they have found is fox squirrels prefer more quote-unquote dangerous environments, areas where predators like coyotes and hawks or big dogs are more present, inner city neighborhoods with outdoor cats, etc. Whereas gray squirrels occupy quote-unquote safer areas where there are fewer predators, cats and dogs are kept inside or kept leashed. One of the different things, apart from obviously size and look, about these squirrels is that fox squirrels are considered to be bolder and more capable of handling risks, whereas gray squirrels are more skittish. And so in the areas that are more affluent, there's an absence of predators, and gray squirrels outcompete the fox squirrels for resources and nesting sites in those areas.
Sure, whereas the gray squirrels aren't as willing to go into the areas where there may be more cats and dogs that are actually out and about. Mm-hmm. That's fair. The more adventurous of the two.
Exactly. And Project Squirrel has grown to a nationwide level now with thousands of citizen scientists inputting data.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, when you think about this whole bold versus risk-averse thing with the squirrels, I mean, honestly, we could set up a whole study in my backyard because it's the fox squirrels that tease our pit bull and, like, run across the back deck when he is out there watching them and hunting them, because the only creatures on this planet that our sweet, sweet pit bull does not like to the point of hunting them is squirrels.
But I don't think he'd know what to do with them if he caught them.
No. Mice, rats, bugs, toads, every other creature that pit bull has ever come across. He just hangs out with them. He's chill. Squirrels are his enemy.
The way he so violently shakes when he sees one.
Yep.
Adorable.
Yeah. So typically the ones running across the deck and having near misses with the pit bull are the fox squirrels, and the gray squirrels will sit up in the branches and chitter at him, but they won't come down while he's outside.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing this happen real time.
The level of boldness? Those are some suspect decisions.
Yeah. So that's where the environments are for squirrels. Now let's talk about how they affect their environments.
Sure.
We're not really going to get into human versus squirrel relations because for the most part, they're not bothersome. They may eat your birdseed. They might accidentally get into your house if you don't, but...
Oh, I've got a story on that I'll share later.
But they're not like a problem, and they don't have diseases that transfer to humans and things like that. So we're not going to get into those human on squirrel issues, but what we are going to talk about is how they benefit their environments.
Yes.
So big things, they're a source of food for owls, hawks, foxes, coyotes, and other predators in these areas. And they are considered the forest's gardeners. They distribute nuts and acorns and other seeds across their habitat. And as many people know, they bury their seeds and nuts to create a store during the winter months, and they bury them in all kinds of different places. And they don't always remember where they've placed every last one of those caches. So those seeds and nuts that are not found and eaten can sprout and grow into trees and plants. Overall, this means that they are very important shapers of the forest. They help to expand forests and plant areas and diversify the types of trees and plants found in all of their habitats, be it forests, suburban backyards, or urban areas. They also disperse fungal spores through their scat, since it's not digestible for them, and thus spreading more fungi and mushrooms throughout forested areas.
Love that.
Yes. Now, there's a really great 6-page article in Science Findings from the Pacific Northwest Research Station.
Okay.
It's issue 80 from February of 2006, and it's entitled Rocky to Bullwinkle, Understanding Flying Squirrels Helps Us Restore Dry Forest Ecosystems by Jonathan Thompson.
Rocky to Bullwinkle.
Yes. So I'm going to just read you quickly the article summary. I think this is a great article for anybody who even remotely likes squirrels or is interested in things like forest ecology and canary in the coal mine species and stuff like that when it comes to ecology. So here's the article summary. Quote, a century of effective fire suppression has radically transformed many forested landscapes on the east side of the Cascade Mountains. Managers of dry forests critically need information to help plan for and implement forest restoration. Management priorities include the stabilization of fire regimes and the maintenance of habitat for the northern spotted owl and other old forest associates. The northern flying squirrel is the primary prey of the northern spotted owls and is a key species in a complex ecological web with important influences on forest productivity and biodiversity. Researchers have recently completed an extensive study of flying squirrel ecology on the Wenatchee National Forest, the first such study from the east side. For 4 years and across several forest types, flying squirrels were live-trapped and radio-collared. Squirrel habitat was evaluated for food and denning resources, and results suggest that sufficient canopy cover, not forest age, is the single best indicator for good flying squirrel habitat.
Oh.
Yep. Other important habitat components include large trees with abundant forage lichen growth, down logs to promote abundant truffle foods, and diverse understory plant communities with rich fruit and seed food resources. Flying squirrel habitat could be conserved in dry forest landscapes through patchy or variable retention thinning, which emulates mixed severity fires. Unquote. So, long and the short of it, these northern flying squirrels are canary in the coal mine species for forested areas in the Cascade Mountains. Their ability to survive very much indicates whether or not things like the northern spotted owl and other predator species can survive.
Right.
And especially nowadays, I mean, this was almost 20 years ago that this study was done, but nowadays, with the incredible increase in fires happening in and throughout the Pacific Northwest and California, this kind of information of how to attempt to restore and repopulate forests after fire and to protect the forests from fire in the first place.
Incredibly useful.
Right. So
Yes.
Squirrels are a very important marker for how healthy an ecological system is.
Right. You kind of notice if you walk through a forest and don't see many squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're such a ubiquitous feature.
Yep. Alrighty, let's go rustle up some snacks in honor of our favorite tree rodents, and we'll take a quick break.
Hey, folks, just a reminder that due to the current political, social, and economic situation here in the US, in response to Meta, the company that owns Instagram and Facebook, rolling back DEI, fact-checking, and other safety procedures, we will be moving off of these apps completely come March. For those of you who appreciate social media updates and episode reminders, please follow us on YouTube at Hyperfixation Investigations Podcast or Blue Sky at HI-podcast. Or sign up for our email list at our website to ensure you never miss a thing.
And please leave a comment or review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or even on our website. We love to hear from you, and it helps us a lot. If you'd like to contribute to us directly and help us continue growing, consider subscribing to our podcast on Patreon. Also, for those visual learners or folks with any kind of hearing impairment or audio processing disorder, we now have episode transcripts available on our website as well as Apple Podcasts. Spotify is unfortunately out of our control, and we just have to wait for them to add that ability for all of their creators. Now let's scurry back to our fun and fluffy episode on squirrels. So we're going to get into our final section now, which is squirrels in myth and media.
Yes!
Squirrels have held a lot of different meanings throughout many mythologies and cultures, but the big ones that I'm just going to kind of go over in terms of themes are the ideas of preparation and foresight.
Oh, of course.
That can include prudence, thriftiness, hard work, financial responsibility, etc. Adaptability and resourcefulness, the importance of flexibility and ingenuity in the face of adversity, finding creative solutions and remaining resilient. playfulness and merriment, and the renewal of spirit, and traditionally viewed in certain Native American cultures as guardians of the balance between humanity and the environment, ecological harmony, and interconnectedness of living beings. So these cute little kind of manic creatures are a very important part of our ecological systems throughout the entire United States, whereas we're talking about these 4 specific squirrels that we find here in Illinois. First of all, these species are found in other states outside of Illinois, and many other species exist in the United States, in North America, and across the world.
Many of which serve very similar ecological roles in their environments.
So I've kind of compiled a quick little list of a few different representations of specific cultures and their views of squirrels. I'm just going to very quickly pull up my resource list because I want to make sure I'm citing the article where I found this.
That's fair.
Yeah, so a lot of this information comes from Squirrel Symbolism and Meaning by Gareth C. Clifford at worldbirdsjoyofnature.com.
Love that.
And they have also cited their sources for this. So I've included the citations for these areas in our reference lists to make sure that, everybody can get this information if they want it. In certain Native American symbolisms, the squirrel represents a storehouse of energy. It's building and gathering stores and preparing for the future. And it hides its food in different places, which is connected with the idea of kind of craftiness.
Sure.
And there are many stories in different Native American cultures about chipmunks and squirrels. One of the ones that's very popular, very well known, even outside of Native American culture, though perhaps it's not properly credited to that, is the story of how the chipmunk got its stripes.
Oh.
And according to the tale, the once plain chipmunk teased a bear, and when the bear clawed the chipmunk, it gained the permanent stripes upon its back. Additional stories are, there's one from the Choctaw Nation where they believe the black squirrel is linked to the solar eclipse and that it's a negative omen at times whose presence can bring harm. Native American cultures who interacted with flying squirrels consider them to be markers of dreams and guardians in dreams. So there's a lot in Native American cultures, and every tribe and culture has its different stories about different animals.
Right.
So you never want to clump them all into the same, but those are just a few examples.
There's a variety of meanings depending on location, the tribe,
Exactly. Yep. So then Nordic mythology, there's a squirrel named Retataskor, and they are the messenger between powerful forces in nature. It's considered a mischievous creature that goes up and down Yggdrasil, or the world tree, creating chaos and inciting conflict between the dragon that lives in the roots of Yggdrasil and the eagle who lives at the tops of its branches.
A mischievous messenger squirrel.
Yep, we love it.
I love him.
We have Hindu mythology, where squirrels play an important role in the story of Lord Rama, who is a Hindu god. He crosses the ocean between India and present-day Sri Lanka to help bring back Rama's wife. Rama's wife was kidnapped by the 10-headed demon king Ravana, and Lord Rama then blessed the squirrels that brought Rama's wife back across the ocean by touching them on their backs, and that's why squirrels in India have stripes on their backsides.
Oh, okay.
You have Japanese culture. The Ainu tribe, I believe is how it's pronounced, believe that the squirrel was a discarded sandal of the god Aona.
A sandal?
Yep. And Malaysians believed that squirrels were produced like butterflies from cocoons.
Oh, interesting.
And finally, we'll get to the Celtic mythology. The squirrel is actually associated with one of the most powerful goddesses in Celtic mythology. It's associated with untamed chaos and the rugged beauty of the seasons, the might of the elements, and just mischief in general. The squirrel is closely linked to the war goddess Queen Meb. She's sometimes depicted with a bird and a squirrel on her shoulder, representing messengers of the earth and sky. She is the deity associated with war, chaos, femininity, and pride. And the squirrel's quick-footedness and incessant chattering makes this animal an ideal messenger for the goddess.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? The quick chattering makes sense as a messenger species in mythology.
Yeah.
That hadn't occurred to me as a reason that makes sense. I love that.
Yeah.
Which honestly, that just reminds me of, do you remember the movie Hoodwinked?
Vaguely.
The kind of like poorly animated, I say affectionately poorly animated movie from the early mid-2000s.
Okay.
And there was a squirrel character who was constantly speaking super quickly, and they gave him a cup of coffee to reach supersonic speeds at one point.
Yeah.
And then he came back with a message of like what he witnessed at one point. And in order to understand what he said, they put him on a tape recorder and then slowed it down to
That's
like
hilarious.
5% speed.
That's funny.
And his voice went from being super high pitched to, "The man you are looking for is..."
That is great. That's not on my list either. I have. That's what we're getting to next.
Oh, in media?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I would call it a classic. Because, of course, it doesn't have to be good to be a classic.
Twitchy squirrel.
Twitchy.
Twitchy the squirrel.
Twitchy.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I remember that and the goat who sang the song Be Prepared. About all the different types of horns that he has around, where he has like interchangeable, like Swiss Army horns.
Oh, good.
And he was cursed by a witch to sing everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Anywho.
Well, no, since you brought it up, the next section, which we're getting into anyway, is squirrels in media.
Perfect.
And especially in animated media.
Sure.
We have Scrat from Ice Age.
I love Scrat.
Yes. We love him so much.
My entire childhood, right there.
Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Mm-hmm.
Because, there's always got to be Oceanaut Squirrel.
Right.
Yeah. Bucky in The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize his name was Bucky.
Uh-huh.
I love
Rocky
that.
the Flying Squirrel from The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, which was referenced in the title of that article I told you guys about.
Love Rocky and Bullwinkle.
My all-time favorite, Hammy from Over the Hedge.
Yes.
I really think that animated representations of squirrels are part of why they are connected to the ADHD meme
Sure.
culture in general of like, squirrel,
Yeah, because a lot of animated squirrels get very similar depictions that we've all latched onto going, they're just like me.
They're hyperactive. They have attention issues. Look at that.
It's just like me for real.
Secret Squirrel from the Adam Ant / Secret Squirrel Show.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
Yep. Little Girl Squirrel from The Sword and the Stone. Slappy and Skippy from Animaniacs. Surly, Andy, and Grayson from the Nut Job movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which is more recent.
Weirdly, that's, I think, the one I haven't seen of these.
Yeah. Benny from The Wild.
The Wild? The Wild. Wait, is that the movie that was basically like the Madagascar, but it was from Disney instead of DreamWorks? It was the Disney attempt at doing the same thing, basically?
The Wild. No, I've just pulled it up. Hang on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2006. Continuing our list, we have Princess Sally Acorn from Sonic the Hedgehog.
I forgot Sally was a squirrel.
Yep. Pakarisu from Pokemon. Conquer the Squirrel in Donkey Kong.
Well, and of course, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yep.
That's...
Squirrel Girl from Marvel Universe, which I know is one of your favorites.
Yes.
Ginger Nut from Animal Land. Banner from Bannertale: The Adventures of Grey Squirrel, which I'm pretty sure is a anime.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yep. Skippy from Bear in the Big Blue House. Bear in a Big Blue House is one of my favorites.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Spats, also known as Experiment 397 from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh my gods, of course.
Ulysses from Flora and Ulysses, which is a pretty recent Disney movie, where he's actually like a live action squirrel, or he looks like it. It's a live action movie and he looks like a real squirrel. It's not animated.
Oh.
Though he's probably animated. All right, regardless, moving on.
Okay.
Whatnot, which is a squirrel character in the Disney Junior show, Sophia the First.
Oh, okay.
Twitchy the Squirrel, like you mentioned, from Hoodwink. Kevin in Dr. Dolittle.
Kevin!
Who is the squirrel with a really bad attitude. And then Screwball Squirrel, who was from the 1944 MGM short, also entitled Screwball Squirrel, that was a precursor to the characters that become the Looney Tunes.
Oh my gods.
Yep.
Screwball.
I love that. So much. So I'm sure there are more, but that's a pretty extensive list of Western media representations of squirrels.
I think Screwball is also the name of that one peanut butter whiskey.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any connection between those two things.
I would not be shocked.
I wouldn't either. We should write an email.
Hey, do you guys happen to be inspired by the squirrel?
The 1944 classic.
They're going to go, I'm sorry, how old are you?
Right. So I think that's pretty much it. I have a quote that I'm going to end on, which this quote is from Crimsey Lilith's book, Walden-ish, which is a modern adaptation of the 1854 classic of Walden, An Experiment in Simple Living by Henry David Thoreau.
Oh.
Quote, "And regarding squirrels, what is the character of our gratitude to these rodents, these planters of forests? We regard them as vermin and annually shoot and destroy them in great numbers because perhaps they sometimes devour some of our corn while they plant the acorn in its place. Would it not be far more civilized and humane to recognize them once per year by some significant symbolical ceremony, to honor the part which the squirrel plays, the great service it performs in the economy of the universe? Some may say that the squirrels and jays only produce forests by accident, but who can say for sure that it is not on purpose to serve the greater good?" Unquote.
That's lovely.
So that's my thing on squirrels.
Lovely.
Do you have anything you would like to ask or add?
I do have to add one thing.
Yes.
So I believe this was November of, it was either 05 or 03.
So you were a young.
I was very young.
Yeah.
But we had, I believe, gone to Texas for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming I'm remembering that part correctly. Not important. Point is, we come back after being gone for several days on vacation of some kind and find a squirrel in our house.
Oh, good.
Who, that poor guy, I don't remember if we found out how he got in. We may have figured it out at some point, but I don't remember now because it was forever ago. But I do remember that in the process of Dad trying to corral the poor guy out, it jumped on Mom's leg. And of course,
I'm sure that went well.
Oh, of course. It hasn't left Mother with a lifelong fear of squirrels. And I'm pretty sure it was a fox squirrel given its behavior.
Yeah.
Or at least what I remember of it. And I mean, I was small, but I remember it being large.
Yeah.
The poor thing ate into multiple sets of wooden window blinds.
Oh, gosh.
Like gnawing on them.
Yeah.
It gnawed on 2 wooden toilet seats and had gnawed its way into some mesh around or inside like the oven.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So when we tried to turn the oven on sometime later, or like turn the burner on,
Right.
we couldn't get it to the point where it was actually sparking.
Right.
But it was releasing gas.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we had to get the oven replaced from that. The poor squirrel, it caused a lot of little frustrations and damages.
Sure.
But that poor little guy.
I know. He was probably so freaked out.
Oh, well, he was trapped. He was hungry.
Yeah.
I think he either ate or pooped on a couple books as well.
Oh, no.
But specifically like the book covers, like the book jackets.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I think it was probably just a situation where it like pooped on one. And it was like a borrowed book too.
Oh, gosh.
So we had to throw away the jacket and go, hey,
sorry, a squirrel pooped on it.
we're going to buy you a new copy of this book, even though it's just like the jacket,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
that got ruined. But like, if you care about it, sorry.
Jeez.
Yeah. I just remember that being I think it must have been 03.
Okay.
Details.
Yeah.
But the squirrel incident.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We won't talk about the squirrel incidences in my family because they're violent.
What?
They're all the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
What I will say is we had a beagle that taught our husky and our pit bull how to pack hunt. And they have she's passed away. And since then, they have taught my already insane Jack Russell and Border Terrier mix how to pack hunt.
Yeah.
So doesn't happen often, but squirrels have been caught by our dogs before.
Yeah.
And in various kind of crazy circumstances.
Yeah. I don't think any of them have been as bloodthirsty as Molly.
No.
She was,
She would go after the bunnies too.
yeah.
Yeah. After my grandpa died, I think she was just like, F the world.
Yep.
I'm taking everything with me. She was kind of vindictive like that. But anyway.
What? No.
We loved her so much. But yeah.
Yeah.
So squirrels are
Lovely.
great. They're adorable. I have a tattoo of one, so obviously I'm partial. I'm named for my grandma Donna, who is my mom's mom. And her nickname was Squirrely because she was like ridiculously frugal, which, she was a Depression era child, so that's understandable. So I have a sleeve of tattoos that's ever growing, and it's for my grandparents. And so her imagery in that tattoo is a squirrel holding an emerald because she also loved emeralds. And my half-sister's stepfather and one of his dear friends are rescuers and rehabbers for squirrels in our local area, and he's a phenomenal photographer, has gotten some amazing photos of them. So it's just one of those things that, like you said, you notice when there aren't squirrels around.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been really lucky to grow up in a family and with a backyard situation where I got to really see squirrels.
Yeah.
And they're so cute and they're so full of personality. And for the most part, they're very helpful. Like, yes, occasionally they get annoying. Yes, occasionally they get into people's houses.
Right. Oh, and I have never blamed that poor little squirrel.
No.
And from the stories that I've been told about the incident, because I only remember a little bit myself,
Yeah.
I apparently was laughing hysterically like a maniac the whole time.
That tracks.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's our episode on squirrels. It's going to be a slightly shorter one for you guys this week, but a very cute one. And again, I encourage everybody, even if you've never done it before, go look at the website, because the photos that are going to be on this episode on its blog page are going to be so cute.
A lot of cute squirrels.
It's going to be so cute.
Love that.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to sign off.
All right.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Squirrel! That's a wrap on episode 11, Squirrels. If you'd like to delve further into this topic, our research sources and related images are posted on our website, hyperfixation-investigations.com. Again, that is hyperfixation-investigations.com. Thank you so much for listening.
Sign up for our email list on the Contact Us page of our website for updates, and check out our Patreon to support us directly, join our Discord community, and receive other special perks.
See you next week, and remember, what's a little info dumping between friends?